An auto repair bay environment necessitates specific electrical and flooring considerations. Firstly, let's delve into the recommended outlet types. There are two primary categories: 240 volts outlets and 120 volts outlets. The 240 volts outlets are intended for heavy-duty equipment, examples of which include vehicle lifts and welding machines. These outlets should be rated for 40 to 50 amps and utilize a three-phase electrical supply. This configuration is essential to meet the high power demands of such equipment. Conversely, the 120 volts outlets serve general purpose needs. These are typically 15 to 20 amps single-phase outlets. They are suitable for powering general tools, lighting fixtures, and smaller appliances found within the repair bay. In addition to the electrical infrastructure, the type of flooring installed plays a crucial role in safety and functionality. Electrostatic discharge or ESD flooring is recommended and in some cases mandated, particularly in areas where electronics are handled or sensitive components are exposed. The primary function of ESD flooring is to dissipate static electricity, thereby preventing electrostatic discharge events that could damage electronic components or create safety hazards. ESD flooring is typically constructed from conductive materials such as conductive rubber, vinyl, or specialized tile. These materials possess inherent properties that allow them to facilitate the flow of electrical charge to ground, thereby minimizing the buildup of static electricity. Visual identification of ESD flooring is often possible due to its slightly rougher or textured surface. This texture enhances its anti-static properties and provides improved slip resistance, which is beneficial in a workshop environment. When installing electrical outlets, adhere to relevant electrical codes and regulations to ensure safety and compliance. Mounting the outlets at a height of 4 feet, as specified, may relate to accessibility or protection from potential hazards on the floor. This elevated placement can prevent damage from equipment or spills. The choice between 15 amp and 20 amp 120 volts outlets depends on the anticipated load requirements of the tools and the equipment that will be connected to them. For general purpose applications, 15 amp outlets may suffice, but for areas where higher power tools are frequently used, 20 amp outlets are preferable. It is important to calculate the total load that will be connected to each circuit and ensure that the circuit breaker is appropriately sized to prevent overloading. When specifying 240 volts outlets, consider the specific requirements of the equipment that will be connected to them. The amperage rating and the number of phases must match the equipment specifications. Additionally, ensure that the outlets are properly grounded to prevent electrical shock hazards. Proper grounding is a critical safety measure that should be implemented throughout the entire electrical system. In the context of ESD flooring, proper installation is essential to ensure its effectiveness. The flooring must be properly bonded to ground to allow static electricity to dissipate effectively. This typically involves connecting the flooring to a grounding point in the building's electrical system. Regular maintenance of ESD flooring is also important to maintain its conductive properties. Cleaning the flooring with appropriate cleaning agents is essential to prevent the buildup of dirt or contaminants that could impede its ability to dissipate static electricity. Moreover, periodic testing of the flooring's conductivity is recommended to ensure that it continues to meet the required standards. In the event that the conductivity falls below acceptable levels, corrective measures should be taken to restore its effectiveness. These measures may include cleaning, repair, or replacement of the flooring. The selection of specific materials for ESD flooring depends on factors such as the intensity of use, the type of equipment being handled, and the aesthetic preferences of the facility. Conductive rubber flooring is durable and resistant to chemicals, making it a suitable choice for high-traffic areas. Conductive vinyl flooring is another option that offers good anti-static properties and is relatively easy to maintain. Conductive tile flooring provides a more aesthetically pleasing appearance and can be customized to match the overall design of the facility. The installation of ESD flooring should be performed by qualified professionals who have experience with these types of materials. Proper installation is critical to ensure that the flooring is properly bonded to ground and that it meets the required conductivity standards. In addition to the flooring itself, other measures can be taken to minimize the risk of electrostatic discharge. These measures include the use of anti-static wrist straps, grounding mats, and anti-static spray. Anti-static wrist straps are worn by personnel who handle electronic components and are connected to a grounding point to dissipate static electricity from their bodies. Grounding mats are placed on work surfaces to provide a conductive surface for tools and equipment. Anti-static spray can be applied to surfaces to reduce the buildup of static electricity. The implementation of a comprehensive ESD control program is essential to protect sensitive electronic components from damage. This program should include training for personnel on the proper handling of electronic components and the use of ESD control measures. The program should also include regular inspections of the work area to ensure that ESD control measures are being properly implemented. In addition to the electrical and flooring considerations, there are other factors to consider when designing an auto repair bay. These factors include lighting, ventilation, and noise control. Adequate lighting is essential to provide a safe and efficient work environment. The lighting should be bright and uniform, with minimal glare or shadows. Ventilation is also important to remove fumes and dust from the air. The ventilation system should be designed to provide adequate air changes per hour. Noise control is another important consideration. The auto repair bay can be a noisy environment, so measures should be taken to reduce noise levels. These measures may include the use of sound-absorbing materials and the isolation of noisy equipment. The overall design of the auto repair bay should prioritize safety, efficiency, and comfort. By carefully considering these factors, it is possible to create a workspace that is both functional and enjoyable. Remember to consult with qualified professionals, such as electricians and flooring installers, to ensure that all installations meet applicable codes and standards. The information provided here is intended for general guidance only and should not be substituted for professional advice. The specific requirements for electrical outlets and ESD flooring may vary depending on the specific application and local regulations. It is always best to consult with qualified professionals to ensure that all installations are safe and compliant. Furthermore, it is crucial to stay updated on the latest industry standards and best practices for electrical safety and ESD control. These standards are constantly evolving, so it is important to stay informed to ensure that your facilities are up to date and compliant. Safety should always be the top priority when working with electrical equipment and handling sensitive electronic components. By taking the necessary precautions and following established safety procedures, you can minimize the risk of accidents and ensure a safe working environment. In conclusion, the selection and installation of appropriate electrical outlets and ESD flooring are critical components of a well-designed and safe auto repair bay. By adhering to industry best practices and consulting with qualified professionals, you can create a workspace that is both functional and safe for personnel and equipment. The 240 volts outlets are essential for operating heavy-duty equipment, while the 120 volts outlets provide power for general-purpose tools and appliances. ESD flooring is crucial for protecting sensitive electronic components from electrostatic discharge damage. By considering these factors and implementing appropriate safety measures, you can create a productive and safe work environment in your auto repair bay. This comprehensive approach ensures that the electrical system and flooring meet the specific demands of the environment, promoting both efficiency and safety. Moreover, regular maintenance and inspection of these systems are essential to ensure their continued performance and compliance with safety standards. Firstly, ensure proper grounding of all electrical equipment and flooring. Secondly, use appropriate personal protective equipment such as anti-static wrist straps when handling electronic components. Thirdly, implement a comprehensive ESD control program that includes training and regular inspections. Fourthly, maintain adequate ventilation to remove fumes and dust. Fifthly, control noise levels to create a comfortable work environment. Sixthly, provide adequate lighting to ensure a safe and efficient workspace. Seventhly, consult with qualified professionals for all electrical and flooring installations. Eighthly, stay updated on the latest industry standards and best practices. Ninthly, prioritize safety in all operations. 10thly, conduct regular maintenance and inspections to ensure continued compliance and performance. By following these guidelines, you can create an auto repair bay that is both functional and safe, promoting productivity and protecting personnel and equipment. The details of the flooring specification should be reviewed to make sure you are compliant with all required and recommended standards. The types of flooring can vary from epoxies to mats depending on the exact requirements of the space. Similarly, there are different grades of electrical capacity, and you should make sure you know the voltage, phase, and any other electrical specification required for each piece of machinery that will be present in the auto repair shop. All of this information is helpful in making sure that the space is safe, secure, and ready for the work that is to be done. There should be appropriate signage that helps to make sure employees and customers understand what to do and not do in the facility, and the flooring and electrical configurations are an important part of this safety plan.